inside.
There are also activity sheets on the Savings Club webpage.
I'm asking my parents for a Fat Cat account.
It's the start of something good. Visit FusionCU.com. Hi. Fusion Credit Union is not a bank. We aren't big executives or one-percenters. We don't live in fancy suits, although they do look good for special occasions. We have members, not customers, who we know by name, not by account number. We're local, not global. We're on your street, not Wall Street. Our profits stay in your community, not across borders. 50% of Manitobans belong to a credit union. Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Our member deposits are 100% guaranteed. That's right, 100% no limit. A Fat Cat is an account. A farm is a business. Fusion Credit Union welcomes all members. No deal is too small or too big. We offer mobile deposits, digital wallets, and e-transfers. And yes, our call center is our employees working in our communities. As your neighbors, friends, and family, we give back because that is who we are. We are personally connected and locally invested. We are Fusion Credit Union, here for good.
Big banks say they'll protect your money only up to a limit. That's like keeping your ice cream cold, but only the top scoop. It doesn't make sense. Fusion Credit Union doesn't believe in limits when it comes to your savings. Every last dollar you deposit is 100% guaranteed. No fine print, no loopholes, just total protection. Why settle for half a safety net when you can have the whole trampoline? Fusion Credit Union, 100% guaranteed, 100% yours, 0% nonsense.
As the chill of the winter melts into the warm days of spring, Fusion Credit Union wishes our farmers a successful year. I'm Tammy Shabu, Ag Commercial Relationship Manager at Fusion Credit Union. We proudly support our farming community with expert advice and financial solutions built for agriculture. Whether you're expanding, upgrading, or just getting ready for the season ahead, we're here to support you every step of the way. Contact us today to get started. Your farm, our expert solutions. Learn more at FusionCU.com.
I'm Chris Belhumer, Ag Commercial Relationship Manager at Fusion Credit Union. Whether you're expanding, upgrading, or just getting ready for the season ahead, we're here to support you every step of the way. Your farm, our expert solutions. Learn more at FusionCU.com.
I've got my own bank account now at Fusion Credit Union. Now I'm a member just like my mom and dad. On top of my high-interest savings account, I get access to fun learning tools, events, contests, and more. My parents say I'm learning real money skills. It's awesome to see my savings grow. Yup, this is the start of something good.
Youth accounts designed to grow with them. Learn more at FusionCU.com.
I like your piggy bank. I got it when I opened my Fusion Credit Union Fat Cat account.
Fat Cat?
Every time I put money I'm saving, I'm entered to win prizes. I get invited to community events. For my birthday, Fusion sends me a card with money inside.
There are also activity sheets on the Savings Club webpage.
I'm asking my parents for a Fat Cat account.
It's the start of something good. Visit FusionCU.com. Hi. Fusion Credit Union is not a bank. We aren't big executives or one-percenters. We don't live in fancy suits, although they do look good for special occasions. We have members, not customers, who we know by name, not by account number. We're local, not global. We're on your street, not Wall Street. Our profits stay in your community, not across borders. 50% of Manitobans belong to a credit union. Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Our member deposits are 100% guaranteed. That's right, 100% no limit. A Fat Cat is an account. A farm is a business. Fusion Credit Union welcomes all members. No deal is too small or too big. We offer mobile deposits, digital wallets, and e-transfers. And yes, our call center is our employees working in our communities. As your neighbors, friends, and family, we give back because that is who we are. We are personally connected and locally invested. We are Fusion Credit Union, here for good.
Big banks say they'll protect your money, only up to a limit. That's like keeping your ice cream cold, but only the top scoop. It doesn't make sense. Fusion Credit Union doesn't believe in limits when it comes to your savings. Every last dollar you deposit is 100% guaranteed. No fine print, no loopholes, just total protection. Why settle for half a safety net when you can have the whole trampoline? Fusion Credit Union, 100% guaranteed, 100% yours, 0% nonsense.
As the chill of the winter melts into the warm days of spring, Fusion Credit Union wishes our farmers a successful year. I'm Tammy Shabu, a Commercial Relationship Manager at Fusion Credit Union. We proudly support our farming community with expert advice and financial solutions built for agriculture. Whether you're expanding, upgrading, or just getting ready for the season ahead, we're here to support you every step of the way. Contact us today to get started. Your farm, our expert solutions. Learn more at fusioncu.com.
I'm Chris Belhumer, Ag Commercial Relationship Manager at Fusion Credit Union. Whether you're expanding, upgrading, or just getting ready for the season ahead, we're here to support you every step of the way. Your farm, our expert solutions. Learn more at fusioncu.com.
I've got my own bank account now at Fusion Credit Union. Now I'm a member just like my mom and dad. On top of my high-interest savings account, I get access to fun learning tools, events, contests, and more. My parents say I'm learning real money skills. It's awesome to see my savings grow. Yup, this is the start of something good.
Youth accounts designed to grow with them. Learn more at fusioncu.com.
I like your piggy bank.
I got it when I opened my Fusion Credit Union Fat Cat account.
Fat Cat?
Every time I put money I'm saving, I'm entered to win prizes. I get invited to community events. For my birthday, Fusion sends me a card with money inside.
There are also activity sheets on the Savings Club webpage.
I'm asking my parents for a Fat Cat account.
It's the start of something good.
Visit fusioncu.com. Hi. Fusion Credit Union is not a bank. We aren't big executives or one percenters. We don't live in fancy suits, although they do look good for special occasions. We have members, not customers, who we know by name, not by account number. We're local, not global. We're on your street, not Wall Street. Our profits stay in your community, not across borders. 50% of Manitobans belong to a credit union. Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Our member deposits are 100% guaranteed. That's right, 100% no limit. A Fat Cat is an account. A farm is a business. Fusion Credit Union welcomes all members. No deal is too small or too big. We offer mobile deposits, digital wallets, and e-transfers. And yes, our call center is our employees working in our communities. As your neighbors, friends, and family, we give back because that is who we are. We are personally connected and locally invested. We are Fusion Credit Union, here for good.
Big banks say they'll protect your money, only up to a limit. That's like keeping your ice cream cold, but only the top scoop. It doesn't make sense. Fusion Credit Union doesn't believe in limits when it comes to your savings. Every last dollar you deposit is 100% guaranteed. No fine print, no loopholes, just total protection. Why settle for half a safety net when you can have the whole trampoline? Fusion Credit Union, 100% guaranteed, 100% yours, 0% nonsense.
As the chill of the winter melts into the warm days of spring, Fusion Credit Union wishes our farmers a successful year. I'm Tammy Shabu, a Commercial Relationship Manager at Fusion Credit Union. We proudly support our farming community with expert advice and financial solutions built for agriculture. Whether you're expanding, upgrading, or just getting ready for the season ahead, we're here to support you every step of the way. Contact us today to get started. Your farm, our expert solutions. Learn more at fusioncu.com.
I'm Chris Belhumer, Ag Commercial Relationship Manager at Fusion Credit Union. Whether you're expanding, upgrading, or just getting ready for the season ahead, we're here to support you every step of the way. Your farm, our expert solutions. Learn more at fusioncu.com.
I've got my own bank account now at Fusion Credit Union. Now I'm a member just like my mom and dad. On top of my high-interest savings account, I get access to fun learning tools, events, contests, and more. My parents say I'm learning real money skills. It's awesome to see my savings grow. Yup, this is the start of something good.
Youth accounts designed to grow with them. Learn more at fusioncu.com.
It's there now.
I like your piggy bank.
133.
I got it.
Good evening. All those present, please come to order so they may begin the annual general meeting of Fusion Credit Union. Welcome members and guests to the annual general meeting of Fusion Credit Union. My name is Richard Derniewski and I am chair of the Fusion Credit Union Board of Directors. There are 133 members in attendance and we have established quorum to begin the meeting. I will now call the meeting to order. Fusion Credit Union serves Treaty 2 and Treaty 4 territories, the original lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and the homeland of the Métis Nation. Fusion Credit Union respects the treaties that were made on these territories. We proudly acknowledge that we serve members and communities in the Parkland and southwestern Manitoba regions, and we acknowledge our role in the many relationships that make up our home. For tonight's AGM via webcast, live video of the presenters and a slideshow presentation will appear in real time on your viewing device. All relevant documents relating to tonight's AGM can be found on the right-hand side of the portal. As per Fusion Credit Union Bylaws, Section 5.04, notice of the meeting shall be provided in accordance with the Act. Such notice shall not be given less than 14 days nor more than 50 days before the meeting. Notice of the meeting ads addressed to the Fusion Credit Union members appeared in the newspapers as follows. Brandon Sun, March 17th and March 24th, 2026. Dauphin Herald, Robin Review, and Russell Banner, March 20th and March 27th, 2026. Crossroads This Week, March 17th and March 24th, 2026. Member notices were also posted from March 17th to April 15th on the Fusion website, in branch through Express Digital banking platform, member email distribution, and on Facebook and Instagram during the applicable time frame. Therefore, proper notice to members has been given. I would now like to please call for a moment of silence for all members who have passed away this past year. Thank you. I would like to thank the following invited guests for attending Fusion Credit Union's AGM this evening. We have Louise Smith, Credit Union Central of Manitoba, Gabrielle Marin and Liberty Augustin, Deposit Guarantee Corp of Manitoba, Nadeem Esmail and Salim Hassan, Very Park, Paula Nelson, CGI, Daleen Kells, Deloitte, Aaron Schimmel, Calabria Financial, Steve Klein, EQ Bank, Candice Tershinsky and Krista Lebro, MNP, Eric Kerr, Securian Canada, Garnet McBurney, Assiniboine Credit Union, Tim Clausen, Sunrise Credit Union, Craig Zamzow and Ken Treasure, Swan Valley Credit Union, Sue Hargraves, Compass Credit Union, Ron Henley, former CEO of Fusion Credit Union, Albert Bazook, retired Fusion Credit Union Director, and Paul Orsak, retired Fusion Credit Union Director. We're pleased to have you with us tonight, and we appreciate your continued business and support. We look forward to our ongoing work together. I would like to take a moment to recognize my fellow colleagues on the board. We have Guy Huberto, First Vice Chair, Carol Shankarek, Second Vice Chair, Directors Logan Pizzi, Darrell Fulton, Janice Heapy, Stephen Sobering, and Janice Legoski. I would like to review the rules of order for the meeting and explain how everyone can participate equally. Our moderators this evening will be Mike Seversco and Kyle Enns. The required documents that pertain to the meeting are available on the right-hand side of your screen if you are viewing on a desktop. If you are reviewing on a mobile device, the documents will be located below the video stream. As noted in the portal, the AGM live stream does not start automatically due to your browser security settings. If during the meeting your stream stops, to restart it, press the play button. If the video does not begin playing after you press the play button, refresh the page and try again. Desktop users can also move their cursor over the video player to unmute, or adjust the audio levels as needed. If you are having technical issues, please refer to the technology fact document that is included on the right-hand side of the portal. If you're unable to remediate your technical issue and require help, please use the Ask a Question button at the bottom left-hand side of your screen. If you're viewing the AGM on a mobile device, please ensure that you are not in full screen mode during the voting portion of the meeting. In the bottom right-hand corner of the video screen, you will see a small box icon. Click the icon to move in and out of full screen mode. Motions and voting may not appear when you are in the full screen mode. As we work through our agenda, there are several motions that we put forth. I will announce the name of the members that have moved and seconded each motion, then ask the membership to vote. You'll be prompted on your screen to vote when a motion is brought forward. To vote, click on either in favor, opposed, or abstain. Click submit, and then click confirm. Please note that the motion will stay open for a period of 45 seconds to allow enough time for all participants to vote. To ensure clarity, we will perform a test vote for the audience. The following test motion will appear on your screen. Do you drink coffee in the morning? Please vote now. It worked, Mike? Good deal. Thank you, people. Today's moderator will indicate the number of members who are opposed, and then we will announce whether the motion is approved. There's an Ask a Question button on the left-hand side of your screen. We'll respond to all submitted questions in one of two ways. If the submitted question pertains to the presented motion at hand, we will address it immediately. Please be sure to use the Ask a Question function if you have questions or require more information related to the presented motion ahead of voting. All other questions will be brought forward by our moderators during the question and answer period of the meeting. Please note that a small bubble icon will appear over the Ask a Question button to indicate that the moderator has received your question and provided a response. Lastly, a reminder that the invited guests who are not members of Fusion Credit Union are unable to vote at tonight's AGM. Does anyone have any questions regarding the rules of order?
There are no questions at this time.
Thank you, Kyle. I would like to name Katrina Sigurdsson as recording secretary for this meeting. This motion has been moved by Kelly Zeiler and seconded by Marla Johnson. Is there any discussion on this motion? If there are any questions, please use the Ask a Question button on the left-hand side of your screen.
There are no questions at this time.
Thank you. Excuse me. As a reminder, you'll be prompted on your screen to vote. To vote, click on either in favor, opposed, or abstain. Click submit and then click confirm. The motion will stay open for a period of 45 seconds to allow enough time for all participants to vote. If you're viewing the AGM on a mobile device, please exit full screen mode to vote. Voting will now open on the webcast portal. And Mike, are there any opposed?
There's one opposed.
Okay, I declare the motion carried. Thank you. Our agenda is now displayed on the screen and also has been made available with the webcast portal. We will now approve the agenda for tonight's meeting. This motion has been moved by Janice Legoski and seconded by Brenda Selin. Is there any discussion on this motion? If there are any questions, please use the Ask a Question button on the left-hand side of your screen.
There are no questions at this time.
Thank you, Kyle. Voting will now open on the webcast portal. Mike, are there any opposed?
There are none opposed.
Thank you. I declare the motion carried. The minutes from last year's AGM meeting have been made available within the portal. We will now approve the minutes from Fusion Credit Union's 2024 Annual General Meeting dated April 16, 2025. This motion has been moved by Guy Huberdeau and seconded by Michelle Mazurkevich. Is there any discussion on this motion? If there are any questions, please use the Ask a Question button on the left-hand side of your screen.
There are no questions at this time.
Thank you, Kyle. Voting will now open on the webcast portal. Mike, are there any opposed?
They're not opposed.
Thank you, Mike. I declare the motion carried. I will now provide the 2025 Chairman's Report. On behalf of Fusion Credit Union Board of Directors, I am pleased to share our 2025 annual report. Both our financial results and key performance indicators reflect strong success thanks to the teamwork and collaboration of Fusion and North Star. Our ongoing vision is to change lives and build stronger communities, and because of you, our members and staff, we are making that happen every day. We had another fantastic year in 2025 with balanced loan and deposit growth and ongoing profitability sharing with our members. A year-end assets under administration exceeded $1.6 billion with after-tax income of just under $9 million and strong loan growth of 6.33%. Our financial achievements made it possible to allocate $1.26 million in patronage and provide a total of $295 in community donations, sponsorships, and scholarships. We successfully completed the 5th iteration of our Community Infusion program, distributing $30,000 among local entrepreneurs to promote economic development and create positive change within our communities. At Fusion, it is our priority to reinvest locally, support families and businesses, and strengthen the communities we serve. Reflecting on the past year, I am proud of my fellow directors' engagement and dedication. Each member contributes unique skills which support diverse perspectives both on the board and within our various committees. As a board, we are continually working to improve our governance and pursue ongoing learning to stay current in the credit union sector. Our commitment is to the sustainability, profitability, and viability of both Fusion and North Star. On behalf of the entire board, I would like to express our appreciation to CEO Darwin Johns, the executive management and leadership team, and all the staff at Fusion and North Star for their commitment and professionalism, as well as their service to our communities. Over the past year, staff and board completed 17,500 hours of professional development initiatives and contributed more than 8,900 volunteer hours to organizations and events that reflect our values. Fusion and North Star also delivered 15 financial wellness presentations to diverse groups to ensure members and clients receive sound financial guidance and protection. It is an honor to collaborate with the skilled and dedicated personnel who drive our organization's success. As I wrap up my 4th year as board chair, I am so proud to see how Fusion and North Star continue to reinvest locally, support families and businesses, and help strengthen our communities. As a member and client, your engagement enables us to provide fair, responsible financial solutions while staying dedicated to member value, long-term sustainability, and shared success. This year's accomplishments, our financial strength, service improvements, and positive impact on our communities are a direct result of your trust and participation. Thank you. If there are any questions from the webcast portal, please use the Ask a Question button on the left-hand side of your screen.
There are no questions at this time.
Thank you, Kyle. I would now like to call upon our CEO, Darwin Johns, to provide the 2025 message from the CEO.
Great, thank you, Richard, and good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. We truly appreciate your engagement and interest in Fusion Credit Union. This past year stands out as one of the most successful in Fusion Credit Union's history, indicated by the strongest performance results our organization has ever achieved. The outcomes are a testament to what is possible when strong leadership, dedicated employees, and engaged communities all work together towards a common goal. I am proud to report that we achieved a record-breaking 98% of our balanced scorecard key performance indicators in 2025. The force behind our success is the hard work and dedication of our Fusion and North Star teams, whose commitment to our members, clients, and communities shine every day. Fusion Credit Union remains a leading employer, thanks to the commitment and enthusiasm of our leadership team and employees. For the 7th consecutive year, we have been recognized as a top employer in Manitoba, a testament to the positive culture our employees help create every day. We extend our gratitude to our entire leadership group and all employees. Your dedication, care for our members, and care for each other are central to our success. We are incredibly grateful for the communities we serve. In 2025, we delivered on our promise to make a meaningful, lasting impact. A total of $132,500 was distributed to local community projects through our Full Circle Fund. We proudly announced a multi-year partnership with the Brandon Wheat Kings, uniting two organizations that are deeply committed to community, youth development, and local pride. These efforts reflect our belief that communities and Fusion Credit Union grow stronger together. In 2025, our digital transformation journey continued to gain momentum as we reached key milestones and advanced several transformational projects. A major highlight was the announcement of our partnership with global solutions provider Veripark. These digital investments will enhance the member experience, streamline processes, and position us for the future. We are excited to implement these enhancements in 2026. Last year, we made intentional efforts to create a more inclusive, responsible, and sustainable future. We established an environmental, social, and governance framework to guide us on our ESG journey. These initiatives strengthen our commitment to ethics, accountability, and long-term impact. Throughout this process, we have remained true to Fusion's mission, vision, and values, and we will continue to do so. The leadership, guidance, and strategic vision of our board of directors and executive management team have played a critical role in driving our success this year. I am proud to work alongside each of you and our entire staff. Plus, I am eternally grateful for the collaboration and trust we share. I'm inspired by our future and confident in our organization's strength moving forward. Thank you to our Fusion members and North Star Insurance clients. We exist because of your trust and support. Your belief enables us to continue investing in our local communities, supporting families and businesses. Every achievement we reach and every opportunity that lies ahead is possible because of you. Thank you for making this year truly record-breaking. Thank you again for joining this evening. If there are any questions, please use the Ask a Question button on the left-hand side of your screen.
There are no questions at this time.
Great, thank you, Kyle. I will turn it back to Richard.
We will now approve the chairperson and CEO reports as presented. This motion has been moved by Susan Mervyn and seconded by Dave Hyde. Is there any discussion on this motion? If there are any questions, please use the Ask a Question button on the left-hand side of your screen.
There are no questions at this time.
Thank you, Kyle. Voting will now open on the webcast portal. Mike, are there any opposed?
Y'all did a great job. There are none opposed.
Thank you, Mike. I declare the motion carried. I would like to call upon Kelly Brook, Dave Hyde, Michelle Mezerkevich, and Mike Lone to provide a review of 2025.
Thank you, Richard. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kelly Brook, and I'm the Chief Financial Officer. I'm excited to present Fusion's 2025 year-end results, which reveal the dedication and commitment of our staff and members and demonstrate that Fusion is here for good. I'm proud to share that Fusion had another strong year in 2025, with solid growth across several key areas and another profitable bottom line. Despite a very active and changing interest rate environment throughout the year, Fusion's total assets grew by 7.6%. Member loans increased by 6.34%, and member deposits grew by 4.84%. To put this into perspective, the Manitoba Credit Union system as a whole experienced average growth of 5.3% in assets, 6.92% in member loans, and 4.38% in member deposits. Overall, Fusion's results are closely aligned with system performance and in several areas reflect strong, consistent growth while continuing to balance member lending needs, deposit growth, and financial stability. Before moving into the detailed financial results, I'd like to remind members that the financial statements included in your annual report reflect the consolidated operations of Fusion. This means they include not only Fusion Credit Union, but also the results of North Star Insurance and Real Estate, a wholly owned subsidiary of Fusion. Our financial results start on page 26 of the annual report, if you would like to follow along. A digital copy of the annual report has been made available within our webcast portal on the right-hand side of your screen and will be available for download on our website starting tomorrow. Starting with the Statement of Financial Position on page 29 of the annual report. At year-end, funds on hand and investments totaled $166.4 million, representing an increase of $35.4 million compared to 2024. This reflects prudent liquidity management and positions Fusion well to meet member needs and future opportunities. Member loans grew to $1.46 billion, an increase of $87.1 million, or 6.34% year over year. This growth highlights continued demand for lending across our communities and Fusion's ability to support members with responsible access to financing. As a result, total consolidated assets for Fusion reached $1.66 billion in 2025, an increase of $117.9 million, or 7.6%, compared to 2024. This steady growth shows how we continue to support our members' borrowing needs while keeping Fusion well-positioned with strong liquidity. Moving now to the liabilities and members' equity section of the balance sheet. At December 31st, member deposits and accrued interest totaled $1.49 billion, representing an increase of $68.8 million, or 4.84% compared to 2024. This growth reflects the continued trust our members place in Fusion to safely protect their savings and support their financial goals. Members' equity also ended the year strong, reaching $120.8 million, up from $112.4 million in 2024. This represents growth of 7.54% year over year and further strengthens the financial foundation of our credit union. When combined, total liabilities and members' equity amounted to $1.66 billion, resulting in a balanced balance sheet that reflects the strength, stability, and responsible financial management of Fusion Credit Union. We are also pleased to share that based on another strong financial year, your board has approved returning a portion of Fusion's profits directly back to our members. For 2025, the board has declared $775,000 in patronage allocations, which will be credited to members' surplus share accounts this week. This is one of the ways we ensure our members share in the success of their credit union. In addition, the board has approved the continued cash payout of surplus shares for the following member groups: members aged 65 and older, members holding more than $15,000 in surplus shares, members under the age of 19, and members that are nonprofit or charitable organizations. Cash dividends were also paid in January to all preferred shareholders. This includes payouts to preferred share members who are 75 years of age or older, as well as those who hold less than 1,000 in preferred shares and have requested a payout. Together, these surplus share and preferred share payouts and redemptions will result in cash distributions of over $1.09 million, deposited directly into eligible members' checking, savings, or variable registered accounts, where applicable. Just as a timing note, cash payouts related to surplus shares will be processed in the month of May. When combined with the $775,000 in patronage allocations, this represents a record total of more than $1.86 million total returns to our members, based on Fusion's 2025 financial results. Moving to the income statement on page 30 of your annual report. In 2025, Fusion earned $71.33 million in interest income from the member loans and investments. That is $1.8 million lower than 2024, and this change largely reflects the interest rate environment we experienced throughout the year. At the same time, our cost of funds, the interest we pay back to our members on deposits and savings, totaled $37.33 million, which is down $5.1 million from last year. As market rates declined, both what we earned on loans and what we paid on deposits moved lower. When we look at these two together, our gross financial margin, the difference between interest income and the cost of funds, was $34 million. This margin is a critical source of funding for the day-to-day operations of our credit union. Our operating expenses for the year were $32.9 million, representing an increase of 14.23 or $4.1 million compared to 2024. This increase was driven primarily by modest increases across administration, amortization, member security, and personnel costs. These increases were partially offset by lower occupancy and organizational costs. Overall, the change reflects both inflationary pressures and continued investment in people, technology, and member services. In addition to interest income, Fusion generated $12.68 million in other income. So including other income, our operating net income before impaired loans, patronage, and income taxes totaled $13.75 million. After accounting for the impaired loans, returning value to members through patronage and income taxes, Fusion achieved a net income of $8.95 million for the year. This represents an increase of $2.2 million over 2024, demonstrating strong financial performance despite a changing rate environment. The last few pages of the financial statement are the consolidated statement of changes in members' equity and consolidated statement of cash flows. I'm not going to walk through those, but if you have any questions on either of those reports, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself or Darwin. In closing, we are forever grateful for all the interactions and business we have had with our members over the years and are excited to share our profits with our members each year. We appreciate that all of you continue to be part of the Fusion family. I would also like to share that a complete set of financials with supporting notes are available for anyone who would like to review those. Again, if anyone has questions on our financials now or in the future, please don't hesitate to reach out to me or Darwin at any time. I would now like to introduce Dave Hyde to present. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dave Hyde, and I am the Chief Operating and Information Officer. Tonight, I want to share a little bit about how we are investing to improve our telephone member service channel. Every month, we receive thousands of member service requests through our telephone service channel. For many members, this is their preferred way to interact with us, especially when they want a Fusion employee support. With this in mind, we are making investments to improve our telephone member service with enhancements to our processes and technology. Here are a few highlights of what this means for you, our members. We are now able to offer a request a callback rather than waiting in queue. We see approximately 400 members use this feature every month, with an average callback time under 6.5 minutes. We have automated some of our post-call wrap-up tasks, which allows us to spend more of our time providing member service rather than administrative work. We now have visibility into members who call but hang up prior to talking to a person or leaving a voicemail. This has allowed us to proactively follow up with these members, helping them with their ask and digging into what led to their drop call. Our new system is also more resilient, allowing us to continue telephone service even during technology disruptions. We have reporting and tracking of our voicemail responsiveness, with approximately 300 members choosing to leave a voicemail each month and an average response time under 30 minutes. Because of the ongoing large adoption of this service channel, we will continue to focus driving more enhancements in this space. Some of the enhancements we are working towards include collecting member satisfaction for each call, allowing us to proactively follow up when we miss the mark, continuous improvement of our fraud mitigation, and driving further efficiencies of our admin work, allowing even more of our time to be used for member service. While the process and technology enhancements are primarily to improve our member service, the secondary driver is to support our fantastic e-services team. I want to take some time to spotlight some of the people behind our telephone service, as you might not see them as often. Rest assured, this team is still very much a part of Fusion and is staffed with employees living in our communities. By providing this group with improved tools, we are investing in their ability to support you. That concludes my presentation for the evening. I'll now turn it over to Michelle.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Michelle Mazurkevich, and I'm the Chief Strategy and Governance Officer. It's a pleasure to be here today to highlight the vital work Fusion is doing to support our communities through charitable giving, volunteer engagement, and local economic development. Serving over 18 diverse and dynamic communities alongside our subsidiary, North Star, gives us a powerful platform to drive positive change. Our cooperative model isn't just about financial services. It's about investing in the well-being and the future of the places we call home.
Fusion Credit Union is proud to have a team whose commitment to our values proves that supporting members and communities extends far beyond our branches. 2025 marked another strong period of community connection and impact at Fusion Credit Union. Investing in our members and communities is an important part of who we are. Through volunteer hours, Full Circle Fund, professional development hours, financial wellness presentations, hosting community infusion, and community donations and sponsorships. Together, these efforts reflect our ongoing commitment to investing in our communities and member connection. And it's all possible because of you. We are Fusion Credit Union, here for good.
At Fusion Credit Union, community impact isn't something we do on the side. It's at the heart of who we are. As a member-owned cooperative serving more than 18 communities, we believe our success is directly connected to the strength and the well-being of the places our members and our employees live, work, and raise their families. That belief guides how we invest our time, our resources, and our dollars. On the most direct ways we support our communities is through community sponsorships, scholarships, and donations. In 2025 alone, Fusion contributed more than $228,000. These funds help organizations deliver programs, purchase equipment, and cover essential costs, ensuring vital services remain accessible close to home. The impact of these sponsorships is immediate, but the benefits last far beyond the year they're given. For larger community-led projects, we created the Full Circle Fund. Established in 2019, the fund provides a fair and transparent way to support projects that bring people together and strengthen the community infrastructure. Through spring and fall intakes every year, community groups can apply for funding for initiatives like playgrounds, recreation facilities, museums, and shared spaces. In 2025, the Full Circle Fund contributed more than $132,000 throughout our trading area and more than $1 million to support over 172 community projects since inception. These are projects driven by local passion and built through collaboration, truly reflecting the power of community. Economic vitality is another critical part of community well-being. Through our Community Infusion program, Fusion actively supports local entrepreneurs, small businesses, and startups. By encouraging members to shop and invest locally, Community Infusion helps strengthen our local circular economy. In 2025, Fusion distributed $30,000 to local entrepreneurs within our communities and more than $150,000 since the program began. When communities are strong, members thrive, and that's what cooperative banking is all about. In addition to the financial support, Fusion and North Star employees also contributed more than 8,900 volunteer hours in 2025 to our local communities, demonstrating our shared commitment to showing up where we need most. From supporting grassroots initiatives to lending hands at major community events, our teams continue to invest their time, their energy, and their expertise to help build more resilient, connected, and vibrant places to live and work. Thank you, and I'll now turn it over to Mike.
Thank you, Michelle, and good evening, everyone. I want to take a few minutes to talk about something fundamental to the success of Fusion and North Star, our employee experience. When I talk about employee experience, I'm talking about how we intentionally design work so that our people are supported, clear in their roles, and confident serving their members and clients. That connection between our people and our members and clients is what I want to focus on tonight. Simply put, the experience our employees have at work directly influences the experience our members and clients have with us. I'll briefly share how we think about employee experience, how we ensure consistency, and what it matters to you as members of the credit union. Let's start with why employee experience matters. We often talk about members and clients and trust and loyalty. Those outcomes don't happen by accident. They start with the people who serve our members and clients every day. When employees have a strong experience at work, it drives engagement. Engaged employees deliver better service, and consistent, thoughtful service builds trust and long-term loyalty with our members and clients. This connection between employee experience and member and client experience is intentional, and it guides how we invest in our people. What this really comes down to is that employee experience isn't separate from member and client experience. It's one of the strongest drivers of it. So how do we make sure our employee experience is intentional and not dependent on a single team, role, or leader? We do that through a clear, research-backed employee experience model. The employee sits at the center of the model, surrounded by 5 commitments that guide how we design work and support our people, which are mastering my role, meaningful work, well-being, workplace design, and working well with others. The reason we use a model like this is consistency. It gives us a shared way of thinking about employee experience across the organization so people know what to expect and leaders know what to reinforce. In short, this model helps ensure how we support our people is thoughtful, consistent, and aligned no matter where you work in the organization. Having a model matters, but what matters even more is knowing that it's working. How do we know this approach is working? We take measurement seriously, because a model only matters if it's working in practice. We regularly listen through employee surveys, ongoing feedback, and leader check-ins. And what we consistently see are strong levels of pride, confidence, and clarity in roles. We don't treat that as a one-time result. We listen, we act, and we respond by reinforcing what is working and addressing gaps intentionally. That's how we make sure employee experience continues to translate into consistent service for members and clients. One of many practical ways we bring this employee experience model to life is through clear career roadmaps, and I thought I would share this as an example of how our employee experience model helps shape employee engagement. Career roadmaps support the Mastering My Role commitment by giving employees and leaders a shared understanding of what skill building looks like over time. They start with introductory knowledge, build core competencies, and create opportunities to apply those skills through a real on-the-job experience. A key part of the career roadmap is leader check-ins, making space to reflect on what's been learned, what's being applied, and what support is needed next. The goal is clarity and consistency without a one-size-fit-all approach. So development becomes real. It's not just training completed, but skills that show up in service. Pardon me. As we look ahead, our commitment remains clear. Employee experience is not just a project or a metric. It's a strategic priority of Fusion and North Star. We're proud to be recognized as a top Manitoba employer, but that's only a starting point. Our focus is on building an environment where our people can continue to grow, contribute, and serve members and clients at their best. In support of our strategic plan, we are investing in diversity, equity, and inclusion, strengthening governance, and ensuring our people practices support fairness and trust. We continue enhancing how we measure progress and how we deliver improved employee experience. We listen, we act, and we check progress. But most importantly, we keep moving forward. That's how we build lasting trust with our members and clients. Thank you for your support and for being part of this journey. I will now turn it back to Richard.
Thank you to the executive management team for your presentations. If there are any questions from the webcast portal, please use the Ask a Question button on the left-hand side of your screen. A reminder that questions regarding these reports will be brought forward during the Q&A portion of the meeting. I would now like to call upon Darrell Fulton, Chairperson of the Audit and Risk Committee, for the appointment of the auditors.
Thank you, Richard. It is my pleasure to address the meeting as a member of our Audit and Risk Committee and draw your attention to pages 26 to 33 of our annual report this year, where our external auditors, M&P, have provided their report on the audit they conducted for the year ending December 31st, 2025. Each year, the Audit and Risk Committee has the role of recommending an external auditor for the credit union. I, Darrell Fulton, move to appoint M&P as external auditor for Fusion Credit Union's upcoming fiscal period. This motion has been seconded by Carol Shankaruk. Is there any discussion on this motion? If there are any questions from the webcast portal, please use the Ask a Question button on the left-hand side of your screen.
There are no questions. There are no questions at this time.
Thank you, Kyle. Voting will now open on the webcast portal. Any opposed?
There are none opposed.
I declare the motion carried. I will now turn it back to Richard.
We would normally be calling on Logan Pizzey, Chairperson of the Nominating and Governance Committee, for the report for the 2026 nominations for directors. Logan has been unfortunately detained, so I will be doing the report for him. This year, Fusion Credit Union had 3 members whose terms are expiring. Guy Huberdeau, Fusion Southeast, Stephen Sobering, Fusion Northwest, and Darrell Fulton, Fusion Southwest. The nomination process of the Fusion Credit Union requires all interested parties to complete the required nomination form and submit prior to the nomination deadline. This year, the call for nominations was placed in our branches and on the Fusion website with an application period of January 15th, 2026 to February 15th, 2026 at midnight. District Fusion Southeast, Guy Huberdeau left his name stand for re-election. There were no nominations received. District Fusion Northeast, Stephen Sobering let his name stand for re-election. There were no nominations received. District Southwest, Darrell Fulton let her name stand for re-election. There was 1 nomination received. As per our process, the Nominating and Governance Committee completed several steps to determine the suitability of all candidates. Through this process, the committee aims to ensure that all nominees meet the requirements identified within Fusion Credit Union bylaws and the Credit Union and Case Populaire Act. Once it has determined that a candidate meets the basic requirements, the committee undertakes additional steps to assess suitability and secure endorsement. This includes a self-assessment of skill set, ensuring the nominee is a member in good standing, completing an in-person interview, and completing background checks. The background checks comprise of a criminal record check, a bonding application, a credit check, and a reference check. Following a thorough review of Fusion Credit Union, Fusion Southwest candidate, the committee determined that pursuant to its interpretation of Section 77(2), subsection E of the Credit Union and Case Populaires Act, the candidate did not meet the eligibility requirements to serve as a director. This section specifies that a person is not eligible to be a director if the person is an employee of the government or whose official duties are concerned with the affairs of credit unions, or a person who has such an employee at any time within 12 months before becoming a director. The candidate was notified of this decision by the Nominating and Governance Committee. As such, the Nominating and Governance Committee moved to approve Guy Huberdeau as the acclaimed director in the Fusion Southeast District, to approve Stephen Sobering as the acclaimed director in Fusion Northeast District, and to approve Darrell Fulton as the acclaimed director to the Fusion Southwest District. I move that Guy Huberdeau is the sole candidate for the 3-year term of Fusion Southeast District. Therefore, the acclamation of Guy Huberdeau to the Fusion Credit Union Board of Directors is hereby ratified. This motion was seconded by Noreen Nikiforuk. Is there any questions on this motion? If there are any questions from the webcast portal, please use the Ask a Question button on the bottom left-hand side of your screen.
There are no questions at this time.
Thank you, Kyle. Voting will now open on the webcast portal. Are there any opposed, Mike?
There are none opposed.
Thank you, Mike. I declare the motion carried. I move that Stephen Sobering is the sole candidate for the 3-year term of the Fusion Northeast District. Therefore, the acclamation of Stephen Sobering to the Fusion Credit Union Board of Directors is hereby ratified. This motion was seconded by Megan Namagiris. Is there any discussion on this motion? If there are any questions from the webcast portal, please use the Ask a Question button at the bottom left-hand side of your screen.
There are no questions at this time.
Thank you, Kyle. Excuse me. Voting will now open on the webcast portal. Mike, are there any opposed?
There are none opposed.
Thank you, Mike. I declare that motion carried. And I move that Darrell Fulton is the sole candidate for the 3-year term of Fusion Southwest District. Therefore, the acclamation of Darrell Fulton to the Fusion Credit Union Board of Directors is hereby ratified. This motion has been seconded by Amber Fedorchuk. Is there any discussion on this motion? If there are any questions from the webcast portal, please use the Ask a Question button on the bottom left-hand side of your screen.
There are no questions at this time.
Thank you, Kyle. Voting will now open on the webcast portal. Mike, are there any opposed?
There are 2 opposed.
I declare the motion carried. We will now review the proposed amendments to the Fusion Credit Union bylaws. Included on the webcast portal is a summary of the proposed changes. A record of these changes was also made available on the Fusion Credit Union public website in advance of this meeting. The proposed bylaw changes are as followed. Updates to Schedule A, Director Policies and Undertakings, Director Code of Conduct, updated policy owner from Chief Innovation Officer to Chief Strategy and Governance Officer. This change is a reflective of the title change to the executive position which occurred in 2025. Section 4, Conflict of Interest. Further guidance incorporated to support the reporting of a conflict or perceived conflict of interest. Housekeeping and minor formatting throughout the document. Updates to Schedule A, Director Policies and Undertakings, Director Liability, Fiduciary Risk Policy. Updated Policy Owner from Chief Innovation Officer to Chief Strategy and Governance Officer. Section 1, Degree of Diligence, and Section 2, How to be Diligent and Protect Yourself, updated for readability purposes only, no material changes. Section 6, Conflict of Interest, Guidance incorporated in alignment with the Director Code of Conduct. Section 7, Recorded Vote, Recorded vote guidelines incorporated within the policy. Housekeeping and minor formatting throughout the document. Changed one instance of corporation to credit union. Updates to Schedule A, Director Policies and Undertakings, Director Meeting Attendance Policy. Updated Policy Owner from Chief Innovation Officer to Chief Strategy and Governance Officer. Section 1, Meeting Attendance, updated to align to the current Fusion Credit Union bylaws, whereby reference to this policy was moved from Section 6.03, Item G, to Section 6.04, Item B. I move to approve the proposed amendments to the Fusion Credit Union bylaws as presented. This motion was seconded by Stephen Sobering. Is there any discussion on this motion? If there are any discussions from the webcast portal, please use the Ask a Question button on the left-hand side of your screen.
There are no questions at this time.
Thank you, Kyle. Voting will now open on the webcast portal. Are there any opposed?
There are none opposed.
Thank you, Mike. I declare the motion carried. We will now move to the question and answer period. As a reminder, all questions can be submitted using the Ask a Question button on the left-hand side of your screen.
There are no questions at this time.
Thank you, Kyle. Excuse me. At this time, I ask if there is any new business. As a reminder, please submit any new business you have through the Ask a Question button on the left-hand side of your screen.
There's no new business proposed at this time.
Thank you, Kyle. That concludes our meeting. Thank you for your attendance this evening. We would like to adjourn the annual general meeting. This motion has been moved by Melissa Rushton and seconded by Trent Cross. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening, and thanks for being with us.